Welcome to Chef Alli's Farm Fresh Kitchen. It's time to gather around the table to cook and converse. Right here, we'll come together to learn about Kansas agriculture and the farm families that feed us as we discover new recipes, Kansas products, and farm fresh ingredients.
All right, welcome back to 13 News this morning. It's Chef Alli, Farm Fresh Kitchen Day here on this Thursday morning. We've got some delicious rolls or muffins that we're going to be making.
We didn't even talk about that, did we? I should have told you. Banana muffins.
Banana muffins.
And some butter.
And some butter, absolutely, because we're going to need that. Not that my muffins are dry by any means. That's not what you're inferring, are you?
Butter is an agricultural product.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ryan Flickner, though, is with us from Kansas Farm Bureau. You guys are busy at the State House lately with the legislative session going on. It's important to remember that Farm Bureau does a lot, not just with insurance or outside services. You guys do a lot politically as well, right?
Absolutely. We have a very strong advocacy branch, and quite frankly, back in 1919, that is the reason Farm Bureau was formed, is because a group of farmers and ranchers at that point believed that a collective voice branded together was a much stronger advocate and voice for their causes and their concerns, whether they were going to Topeka or Washington, D.C., than those individuals kind of operating as one. And ever since then, we've had a very strong lobby team and do attend daily meetings in the State House during the session, and then do take a number of trips back to Washington, D.C. to lobby on the federal level as well.
And what are you guys lobbying on specifically this year in this session?
This
you want to
year,
get into the nuts and bolts here?
Well, I don't know if we have time to get into all the nuts and bolts, but there's certainly a number of bills that we're following. There's probably 4 or 5 different water bills that have come up before the legislature already this session. Always interested in some of the tax issues, whether it's property tax, sales tax. There's even a property tax referendum bill or property tax lid bill that is out there this session already. And then there's a noxious weeds bill that we could talk about as well. And I'm sure even before turnaround happens here next week, we'll hear from more bills that will be debated and follow those all the way through the session.
Sounds like a lot of fun there at the State House, right?
It is.
Right?
It is.
We need water's huge in the state of Kansas. We got to grow our crops, I should say. Our
because
banana
we want to eat,
crops
right?
out
Yeah,
there
our banana crop,
Western
right?
Kansas,
Yes,
right? And
but
our wheat products, right?
Absolutely. But you know what? Next week is February 23rd is National Banana Bread Day. So I made my favorite banana cherry muffins, and then right here, this is a very special loaf of banana bread. But I wanted to show our viewers that when you're making quick breads, which is what banana bread would be, this is a very important tool, just a piece of foil, because as soon as this comes out of the oven, we want to cover it with the foil, just like with a cake. I think we've talked about this before. Keeps all that condensation and steam down into your bread, so that's what will make your muffins and your quick breads super, super moist. Now, here's my other tip for quick breads today, which would be a parchment paper sling, so that you put it in your pan just like this, you spray it down, put your batter in here. Then after you bake your bread, you can just simply lift it. Uh-oh, my paper ripped. There we go. Right up out of the pan, and then lay it on your cutting board to slice it. So it's just a nice little tool, because there's nothing more frustrating.
That knife and going around the edges.
And hoping that it's going to come out, and then it doesn't. Part of it stays in the pan, and you don't have a nice, pretty loaf. So your bananas, of course, we all know that they need to be nice and super black. This is not black enough for good banana bread, okay? So if your bananas aren't ripe enough, you can cheat and go to the store and get some baby food. I'll put that back down there so you guys can see it. That works in a pinch. But when your bananas get nice and black, just throw them in the freezer as is, because it really grosses out your kids when they find a black banana, but that makes them perfect for making the most delicious banana bread. This recipe will be on the blog, Chef Alli's Farm Fresh Kitchen, and I will also have some quick bread tips there for you as well. And one last thing, I know you want me to shut up, Chris,
no, you're fine. Keep on going.
The newest Kansas Living magazine just hit the mailbox yesterday, and we've got a lot of great recipes and information in there, so look for it in your mailbox soon.
Very nice. Ryan, take some of this with you to the State House today and share with all your legislative friends, okay?
I'm sure I will be a popular individual if I show up with that.
You're a lobbyist, lobbyists, so smooth things over a little
That's
bit, right?
right.
All right.
As long as we're following ethics.
That's right. I didn't consider that. I don't know how you can break ethics with banana bread, but I'm sure it can be done in politics. Anyway, thanks so much, Alli. Thanks
You're
again.
welcome.
All right, we'll be right back.
Thanks for joining us. Kansas Farm Bureau is proud to support hardworking families across the state, like farmers and ranchers who make it their life commitment to provide food that nourishes all of us. Kansas Farm Bureau, representing grassroots agriculture.